So
We do. And like just being able to advocate for yourself, I think is what I learned most at that job.
that's interesting.
Right? Because you don't know to tell your clients or their teams to advocate for themselves when they're at a doctor's appointment or being billed incorrectly, or because they just see the insurance, the EOB come, whatever the insurance is paying for, and nobody like looks line by line. And you're like, that didn't happen. So
I've done that. I've experienced that myself, or gone back and said, what is this code? I mean, the codes, the language
yeah,
on
the
those
CPT
things.
codes. You're like, what is this?
But if they get the code wrong, there was one where I was in with my OB and she asked me a question about something. I said, well, yeah, sure. I'd be interested in that. Can you tell me more? Well, the hospital ended up charging me because I asked a question at a well visit.
Right. You can't do that.
I know.
You
I've
know.
learned. Right. Right. So it's advocating for yourself. I love that you said not only the physical part of with your doctors and how you're feeling, because everybody's heard too many stories of it taking too long to, no, I'm not crazy, something's wrong. But the financial side of it, I think people just feel overwhelmed.
It's very confusing. Intentionally? I don't want to get in trouble with like United Healthcare or something. I do have a good story though. My dad, and maybe we use this and maybe we don't, but my dad is a golf course superintendent. He's retired, at a club outside Chicagoland, and the CEO or COO for United Healthcare was a member at the time, and he basically told his team, like, just bill them whatever you want. Nobody, like, people don't fight their bills. Wow. He got ousted from that position, but it was, I mean, it's a story my dad tells over and over,
Well, that's an important story of, and I think, I'm in my 40s still learning on the beginning ends of learning to advocate for myself, that I don't know if that's something that you just learned there, you were challenged along your career, or you learned in other places. And how do we do it ourselves, but teach, if we have kids or if we're mentoring people, how do we teach others? I mean, advocacy is so important, I think, to the success of your career, but also personal alignment and well-being and mental health. There's a lot there. I didn't really ask you a specific.
It's like, I would say I definitely probably learned it at a young age. My parents are very, very, what's the word? I mean, they just let us kind of do what we wanted to and, tell us how they feel. I became a vegetarian at 12 years old. So, like, now they're like, okay, now we have to make 2 meals every night because our daughter's a vegetarian. How fun. Like, so they really let us make our own choices, and were very, just pushed us, like, you should do that. If you feel like that's the right choice, make your mistakes, learn from them, which is really great.